So, off the bat, I'm just gonna come right out. I made Rogue and Gambit for my X-Men video, like last month. But that video is the length of a short movie, and I don't think a lot of people really saw them, so I want to re-upload them as their own video for the holiday. No, it's an excuse. Gambit is an exciting one. I wasn't expecting to like him as much as I did. I know he's kinda got a fan base that's been growing a lot since Deadpool and X-Men 97 both shine spotlights on his character, but now, being in the game, I gotta say, he is a really fun addition. I lorded him almost immediately, like in a week, because I haven't been with a woman in a really long time. As I'm sure you already noticed, I made a video on it like 3 weeks after his release. Would have been 2, but I wanted to upload my Lego Batman finale. I also had pretty much made Gambit as soon as he was released. I actually speedran finishing everybody else so I could focus on Gambit and say I'd made all the X-Men for about a month. I'd say with Gambit's costume, I feel like he's kinda easy to make, at least compared to other Rivals characters. To me, it feels like Rivals is really dialing back on their over-design style, which is kind of disappointing. I kind of like how much characters have going on their costumes. It's like even with their comic skins now. Like, I think it's good what they're doing with Scarlet Witch, Magneto, and Cap's comic costumes. To specifically do the classic suits, yeah, make them like that. Make them as classic looking as possible. Because, like, those are the main costumes, right? I think that's a good option to have. But not different costumes, in my opinion. Like the Iron Spider that they released in Season 5. That's just comic Iron Spider. And I'm not complaining that it's bad, because it's still, like, it's good, but it's kind of plain. Like, I kind of wish they put a sort of rival spin on it, where they do over-design it a bit, but it's still recognizable. Like, for an example, Fortnite. Fortnite did more with the Iron Spider to make it look armored, but not overly doing it. Personally, it's my favorite adaptation of the Iron Spider suit. The one in Spider-Man PS4, I don't know why people praise that so much. It is so ugly. It is so ugly. The top half with all the armored bits, cool. The rest of it is just a red bodysuit. He looks worse than cosplay. It looks stupid. I don't know why it gets all the love it does. I might just be being a hater, but that suit is lacking. Top half, helmet, logo, all that, cool, good. If it kept that in the bottom, I'd like it a lot more. Like I was saying, this game doesn't even try to do that. It just, like, craps it out. And if I'm being honest, I think that is because of the complaining from fans. I don't think it's, like, too vocal, where it's like, oh my god, guys, shut up. But there is a loud minority of people who just complain that things don't look one-to-one. And that is stupid. The game clearly has a style. If you don't like it, sucks to suck, bro. Like, I pray this isn't the new direction for them, where they don't put their style or some kind of spin on the comics. Like their symbiote Spider-Man suit. I think it looks good. I like it. The eyes, I'm not big on the two-strand tentacle things. Not tentacles, but 2 strands he has on his eyes. I'm not too big on that. Other people like it. I like that it's new. I want them to do new inventive things with these costumes. Same with the Ronin skin for Hawkeye, or Joe Fixit. Cool. I like that they go a different direction. I don't want to get the Shadowland Daredevil skin and just have it be the plain comic one. That is boring. Like, yeah, it's a good design in the comics, and I like it there. But I want to see this game put their own spin on it. The only ones I'd want to see adapted one-to-one is movie skins. But like exactly what they're doing with the Fantastic Four, Guardians of the Galaxy, the MCU Iron Spider, Iron Man, all that. Still have like rival style, but it's one-to-one with the movie. That's all good. I like that. But I would love to see some more creativity and creative liberties with comic stuff instead of just caving to whiny fans and making it a one-to-one, because that looks less good. Because something I see people complain about that I feel like they don't understand is that comic book outfits can look good in the comics, but they don't necessarily translate well to other media, like video games and movies. I think this is sort of an exception because this video game has a style that is comic booky. Thank God they're not going for realism. That would suck. But like that is why in the movies a lot of costumes have like a ton of textures and seams for decades now, and it would look way more silly if it was just straight spandex that they were all running around in, just flat colored spandex like in the 80s. Like people glaze the Henry Cavill Superman suit. I'm talking glaze. That is just a blue bodysuit with a like chrome muscle suit under it and a ton of texturing, Oh my god, the textures. The paint that they used on that suit. You could paint a house with that. Good god. How did I make a video about Gambit and somehow loop it all the way around to talking about Henry Cavill's Superman? Or DC in general? Can you imagine if his name was Cavill? Like Jor-El and Kal-El? Then I'd probably glaze him as perfect casting. Holy yap session. I'm 5.5 minutes into this video and I barely talked about Gambit. Just complained about Rivals design. You know, maybe I'm being too hasty, cause this battle pass also contains Franken-Punisher, which I think is pretty good. But at the same time, it also has the Groot skin that I personally like cause it's classic Guardians, but in reality, I need that skin for Star-Lord yesterday. I just want more Star-Lord skins. By the time this video is out, the Season 6 Battle Pass should be revealed. If it's anything like Season 5, then it'll be revealed like a few days after this goes up. Unless this video is horrifically late, then we may be close to Season 7's Battle Pass. If I'm not done at that point, just put me down. It's over for me. Considering I plan to upload these videos more than once on different occasions, I really need to stop talking about things currently as if the game is not rapidly changing all the time. Anyway, with Gambit all done, I can say I like him. He's good. Turned out pretty well in my opinion. Now, despite being in the middle of this video, Rogue is actually the last character I made for the video, for obvious reasons, that being she's the newest addition to the game. Personally, I thought for sure it would have been Gambit that was the second hero in Season 5, but alas, I stand incorrect. It's kind of funny seeing the posts from before the season even came out, where people were like super confident that Rogue would be the first hero and a healer, and then Gambit would be a DPS. Look where we are now. Honestly, better this way. Gambit's basically a DPS anyway. For Rogue's hair, I feel like I put more effort into it than I usually afford to other characters. It was kind of fun though, because I like her curls, and I've never really done hair like this. I've been chopping these videos up and uploading them in 2 to 4 parts on TikTok, and on one of those posts, I got a compliment on my Invisible Woman hair, which really made me realize, yeah, this does look pretty good. Now it makes me want to do even better on the other hair that I have to make, and see like how far I can go with success. While I am on the subject of their hair, the more I look at her, the more I wish she had a green like bandana or headband around her head. Could even be yellow, either or. Both be cool. I mean, hey, you could even go red. I'm pretty sure her Savage Land skin has it, which, you know, that'd be pretty cool. Add a little color up there. Well, I guess you have the white, so it's like, it balances it. I don't know what I'm talking about. No, I do know what I'm talking about. I think the headband would have been cool. I like her design anyway. While speaking on her design, I think I've mentioned before in my actual like gameplay Rivals videos that I'm starting to notice the game dial back on their over-design style. Rogue here, in my opinion, is no exception. To be fair, it's pretty true to the comics, but like I've said in my other videos, I like when Rivals changes things. To be fair, I don't know what I'd change if I were them, but I'm also not very creative. I think though, if I were to design a costume for her in this game, I would have put her in the green suit that she wears at the end of X-Men 97, and in the comics. That honestly just is kind of what I was hoping for to begin with. Do I think what we got in the game was a better decision? Yeah. But do I hope we get that skin sometime soon? Also yeah. As for other skins she could wear, I don't really know. I'm not that familiar with her character's costume history. The X-Men costumes from the movies are famously ass and a left-behind product of the past. I mean, seriously, they couldn't put any color in there. With the way the suits are designed, you could totally just splash like a little yellow X, maybe some highlights, yellow belt, boots. I think they have, what are they called? They have like those pants with like the kind of flowy pant legs. I don't remember what they're called. I'm not a fashion guy, believe it or not. Like they could have made Storm's white. They could have given Jeans some yellow or blue, maybe even green. Do I hear some green? That would have been cool. I've seen people say they want the X-Men Evolution outfit for her, and I can't agree with that. I think that'd be cool. I've seen the concepts of it. I'm sure they'll give her some original design, like a punk costume, or something that fit in line with whatever the season's theme is when they inevitably add her to the Battle Pass. Anyway, I think their added elements are cool, and I like seeing what they come up with for characters like Spider-Man or Moon Knight, Emma Frost, Jean Grey, Wolverine, the Fantastic Four, etc. I really like the Fantastic Four. Do I wish maybe some characters like Daredevil rung more true to their comic counterparts opposed to making them look like a samurai? Perhaps. But do I think it's bad? No. I like that it's different. It definitely helps diversify my collection of like specific characters I've made, like all my Spider-Man and my Wolverines. I only keep mentioning Spider-Man because I've made like 10 Peter Parker Spider-Men. Just Peter. I made like 2 2099s and 2 different Miles. 3 different Miles. My bad. There are of course characters I've only made one of from this game, like Magic, Psylocke, Emma Frost, Luna Snow, Angela, Penny, and a few others I don't remember right now. Or I just... Oh, Cloak and Dagger. No, I made a Cloak and Dagger. Squirrel Girl? Well anyway, Rogue is one of them. I've made other Gambits, but I didn't make Rogue. I was going to get around to it, but I had no design for her, and I didn't really care. Because, like, I used to make a bunch of my own designs for Marvel characters that were kind of eh. It was, like, years ago that I did this. I didn't make the Channing Tatum Gambit. I was gonna, but then he got announced for Doomsday, and I'm like, I'll make him in, like, a year when Doomsday comes out, and I'll put him in a video for that. But it's all okay now, because I have a Rogue. If I keep this up, eventually I'll have an Elsa Bloodstone. Maybe a Hitmonkey, if they do add him. Pacebot Pete, perhaps? Anyway, Rogue is finished. I think she turned out pretty solid. To be honest, I wasn't totally sold on her until I finished her and put her in her jacket. Soon as I popped that on, brought her all together. Also now I can have her and Gambit all happy together. Never lame, stupid. They're done! That's it. Since this is basically a re-upload, I'm not giving some, like, entire outro. Just go watch my X-Men video.
When I see little Squidward, I just don't love him. I love little Squidward, he is so awesome. Little Squidward sitting there, little Squidward on a chair. Uh-oh, little Squidward, uh-oh.